just had a relapse. It happens. I know Judge Glenn understands that. The thing that triggered all this really is the fact she took her monitor off, which is another allegation. But just so that she was staying at home. She was arrested at home. It was just so burdensome that so now she's facing coming back here and looking at if you do follow the recommendation of the probation office, being locked up.
I will tell you, I'm not going to continue her unless. All right, court is calling 2022 CR 10343, State of Texas versus Elisa Marie Herrera. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Warren
Defense.
Wolf, Ms. Herrera.
And Mr. Wolf, you're on this side for security purposes. And are you Ms. Herrera?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did
Yes,
you
ma'am.
understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Elisa Marie Herrera who's placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 10343 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams on December 20th, 2022 for a term of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Elisa Marie Herrera, then and there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed on the 17th day of June 2024 in violation of condition.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Your Honor, state waives all the violations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 8 years in the prison and up to $1,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court is going to find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Judge, the proposed agreement is for safety followed by act.
And that's our understanding, Judge.
All right,
We're in
why?
agreement.
Why should I follow that? Because hasn't she been to felony drug court?
Felony drug court has a lot of requirements and very onerous.
Yes.
She was doing well there. She had completed safety, just had a relapse. It happens. I know Judge Glenn understands that. The thing that triggered all this really is the fact she took her monitor off, which is another allegation. But just so that she was staying at home. She was arrested at home. It was just so burdensome that so now she's facing coming back here and looking at being if you do follow the recommendation of the probation office, being locked up.
I will tell you, I'm not going to continue her unless somebody from felony drug court wants to zoom in and says, we think this would be best. Because felony drug court, yes, it's a stringent program. They're trying to get you to be clean and sober. And if you're not following their rules, then there's nothing I can do for you, because at the end of the day, I can't monitor you as closely as they can monitor you. So prison may be the best thing for you. You had choices to make and you made choices. Felony drug court does not remove someone from the program based on the fact that they had a relapse. They understand that sometimes in people's lives, relapses occur. But this other thing that your attorney is mentioning about the removal of the GPS, yeah, you probably shouldn't be on probation. You should probably go to prison.
Well, she is. She's been sitting in jail now for about 50 days. She understands her circumstances. I've explained to her what a trip to TDC would do going forward to her record. She is committed to making a success of her probation, and she's asking for that opportunity.
Well, I'm going to revoke her. Do y'all want to speak to time? The court could sentence her up to 8 years.
I'd like to get her how much credit she has, Tony.
165.
165 days.
I mean, if she successfully completed inpatient treatment, I'll give her credit for successfully completing inpatient treatment. But if she didn't successfully complete it, then
She did
she's not getting
successfully
credit.
complete it. It's in the probation report.
Okay. Any objections to the court reviewing the probation report? Yes. So I'm reading the court summary, and in the court summary, it says that you tested positive for cocaine, you admitted to using, and so they tightened your sanctions. And then you didn't call the UA hotline. One time you called late, and then you failed to submit, and then you had another positive, and they gave you sanctions instead of removing her from the program. So they understand that, but when you're not trying at all, there's nothing they can do, and you were not trying. So probation, did she successfully complete inpatient treatment?
Judge, she was in status 175 days, and that was successful.
All right, so I'm gonna revoke, sentence you to 6 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, and credit for any time served for successful completion of inpatient treatment. And let me see. There's $1,000 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. All right, was the restitution paid to the Bear County Crime Lab for UAs? I mean, sorry, for testing of the drugs? Did you pay $57 to?
No, Judge.
All right, so there's to be restitution of $57 to the Bear County Crime Lab for drug testing. Or I should say for the testing of drugs. All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you have a limited right to appeal, and that right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you are on community supervision. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. And counsel, what I'll do is I'll recommend the therapeutic community.
Thank you.
You'll have to ask for it as well, because I have no jurisdiction to force you to have them force to take you into the program. It doesn't increase the length of time that you are in the prison, but at least it will give you hopefully some tools so you will not be back here for drug use. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
We can go off the record. When you're released from prison, if you don't know where to go, if you don't have a place to stay, if you don't know where to get treatment, if I'm here, you can still come back here and I will guide you and pick up the phone and call people who can help you maintain your sobriety.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.